So let's go quickly through this first chapter here of the episode number 3. Division and resolution. Universal nature is the division between creation and the creator. So this is one of the categories that he is using in order to divide nature again. Genus natura, or the diaeretike, it works in 4 divisions. The 4 divisions are, as we have already said, the uncreated creating, which is opposite to the created uncreating, which will be number 1 and number 3, and the created creating, which is opposite to uncreated uncreating, which is opposites number 2 and number 4. What do they mean? The uncreated creating is God himself, which is an uncreated creator. It acts as the beginning and that from which all things originate. While at the same time, which I find this very interesting, in number 4, the uncreated will be also God himself as an end, and that to which all things will return. And all of it actually will be God himself, including the number 2 and number 3, which will be the created creating, which will be the causes of all things created by God in the Word as causes, in the middle, that in which all things participate. And as you may well agree, God cannot be actually be absent from it. So God is in actually all of them, including the created, uncreating, which is the one in which we are actually included, all that is created by the causes. And it will be in the realm of the effects, also in the middle of this triad, that in which all things participate, again, which is all of it, God. Okay? So we are divine, basically. Yeah? And well viewed. Yes, it doesn't mean that we can't get into solipsism, of course. This doesn't mean that I am God or that you are God, but that we are within the divine nature and we are an intrinsic part of it. We're going to talk about this when we talk about human nature itself. So the uncreated, uncreating, meaning in which meaning and knowledge are resigned to a very precarious position. So there's no way for us to know what the uncreated, uncreating is, only we can know that it is. So unexistence is part of existence itself, is what it comes to say here, but it is on a superlative way. We're going to talk about that later, okay? So perhaps at this point it's not clear yet. So 4 divisions of nature. Is it Pythagorean in inspiration? Yes. Why? So influence from Philo, by the way, an origin. And a good way to express this is through numbers. Philo and Origen and Neoplatonic philosophers, they spoke about numbers in the same terms as Eriugena is talking here about nature, in the sense that some numbers are capable of begetting without being begotten. Some others beget and are begotten. Some are begotten without begetting, and one neither begets nor is begotten. Of course, this is a little bit of a metaphysical sort of calculation. We have to include the whole of other aspects of human beings, which I think is the danger that we face in misinterpreting these things as things without a heart, without a real connection, without being personal. So Eriugena is not going to claim that God is an impersonal entity, but it's closer to the Neoplatonist in these types of abstractions, as you can see here, where a number is capable of begetting and is kind of at the source of reality. Whether this is true or not, we can never forget the true human aspects that define us as human and connects us to God. Yeah. So I'll be talking here in general terms about the heart. Yeah. So the heart, for example, is very important in orthodoxy, yeah, which is why so many people feel drawn to that, because of the beauty of the liturgy, and also the healthy emotionality of its people, the people who follow that kind of Christianity. If you have met people from those denominations, I personally, for example, this is just personal, okay, feel a great connection to it. So let's go to the next one. Will be here, this beautiful presentation that I have prepared here for you. So in book number 2 says that in God there is no duality. 1 and 4 are not temporal, they are one. So division number 1 and number 4 means here. And 2 and 3 are created. God and creation, which are all God, as we have seen in the previous. So when we get into the Periphyseon itself, he is going to develop all these arguments. Yeah. So creator and creator and creature are actually one, both from its ousia, from its essence, and also in the process that kick-started from the moment of creation, despite the fall. Yeah. Although the fall is very problematic, the same way as we can see that everything we do and all the context in which we live and everything that we are on this earth is actually very problematic. If you haven't seen that yet, well, maybe you have to do some looking around a bit more. So join creature to creator so as to understand that there is nothing in the former save him who alone truly is. Okay, so we're going to see these distinctions further down the line. So creator and creature are one, God's self and theophany, so the manifestation of God. Yet they never conflate God and creature. God is more than being. Being is from him, but he is not himself being. And the creative cause of the whole universe is beyond nature and beyond being. And I'll see you in the next video.